guys, I'm back to tell you how to get hired at a US major carrier this year. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing I would do is to research different companies, find out what their hiring practices are like, what the process is like, what it is that they're going to be looking for, look at the different pay, and then so important that I wish I would have thought about is look into their bases, not just where the cities are located, but ask around to different flight attendants, get into some of those Facebook groups and ask questions about which base is junior. So that's aviation talk for junior, just means that if I'm a new hire, it's easy to get into. There are some bases that are senior, which means they go to the flight attendants who have tenure in the company. So they've been there for quite some time. They're able to get into those bases, and it's a little bit harder for newer people to get in. If you are married to your city, where you live, you really want to be a flight attendant, but you really cannot leave. Not people who just don't want to leave and you don't want to leave your comfort zone, but people who can't leave because whatever situation you have going on prevents you from it, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. Look into airlines that have bases in your city that are junior. So research the lifestyle, watch a lot of testimonials, know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Don't just look at the glitz and the glamour that people post online of like traveling to different countries. Really look at what your day-to-day life is going to be. Is it going to align with like who you are personally, your attachment style? All of those things are very important. If you are somebody who's very anxiously attached, then you will struggle in your relationships in a job like this. So take all of those things into consideration when you're choosing this job. Do your research, know what you're getting into, know the pay, know the lifestyle, know the basis, so that you're fully informed, because companies want to hire you. They're gonna sell you a dream, not a dream like that's not true, but like they're gonna give you the very best start, or as you go through the process of starting, you're not surprised and feel bamboozled and then you just give up and all of your money that you spent trying to acquire the position is down the drain. Which goes into number 2, just talking to different employees about the hiring process. And when I interviewed, I spoke to a lady who had been with my airline for some years, and she was just giving me a little bit of insight on what they look for. So reach out again to some of those Facebook groups, talk to people you know, use your network, and try to do that. The next thing I would say is to practice the STAR method, which is just a way of answering situational questions. When was the last time you went above and beyond for a customer? Those type of questions. Can you tell me about a time where you had to utilize safety in your role? Like those type of questions, you just practice yourself. Those type of questions, just practice answering them. The next thing I would say is to go ahead and get some certifications if you don't have a significant amount of work history. In place of that, what you can do is just go ahead and go out and get the certifications for what they're looking for. So I've got a CPR certification. I knew it was a heavy safety industry. I got a food service certification, food handler's card, and I think there was something else. And I got a RBS that you get in California to have the right to serve alcohol. And so those were all the things I was gonna need: safety, serving food and drinks, and I feel like I pretty much covered my bases with that. And then I just had like Uber experience and then some like personal assistant work. So it wasn't much, but I think the certifications helped me because they were like, okay, she knows what this job kind of entails. I can tell she did a little bit of research, and you know, she has the basics of what we're looking for. Next thing I would say is just smile, be personable, show your personality. Please don't fake it though, because they can kind of tell. It's okay if you're nervous, but like sometimes they can kind of pick up on who's just kind of like overdoing it or just like putting on, as opposed to just being your genuine self. Yeah, just be yourself. Just show up as yourself. The next thing I would say is be early. Come fully prepared with all of your documents. For the love of God, do not leave any important documents. If you need to set a reminder on your phone, set it by the door, put it in your car the night before, whatever it is you need to do, like to make sure you have it, because a lot of people, and it happens, you're forgetful, you're excited, you're running out the door last minute. Just try not to do that. Like, don't show up without your passport. Have all your things, you know. And then next, I would just say have confidence, have faith. It's very, 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 very competitive. I think they said there were some 19,000 applicants. They hire about 2%. So If you even get a group interview, if you pass the assessment, if you get a face-to-face, you have already beat the odds. That's worth celebrating. So pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself. But you have to have confidence when you go in there. You have to have confidence. You have to believe that it's for you, so that you carry yourself in a certain way. If you have this demeanor of, oh, I'm not going to get this, why even show up? You know what I mean? Like, show up with the utmost confidence that, you know, whatever happens, happens. If this is for me, it'll be for me. And if it's not, then we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll cross that bridge when it gets there. But right now, this is the mountain that's in front of me. Let's go in, let's climb it, let's tackle it. Let's walk out with this CJO. So those are my tips. I wish you guys the very best of luck. If you have any more questions, just leave them down below and then I can answer them personally for you. Good luck and God bless. Love you. Bye.